We have a second and final piece of Walmart UPC code listings that have been starting to show up to give us a clear indicator of what we're going to be getting in terms of Transformer product going into the new year of 2021. And JT Prime 17 once again comes through with some deep detective work using UPC codes, EAI coding, EAN coding, and of course, just plain old app encoding. And we have two brand new Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom toys. But what's even more interesting, these are Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom toys for the Netflix series. Interesting, considering we don't even know anything of the Earthrise ones. Maybe we might not even get any Earthrise Kingdom toys with a Netflix banner on it, outside of maybe the spoiler figure. This is very fascinating, to say the least. So let's dive into these two, try to pick apart and figure out what's going on here, and maybe take some educated guesses of what we might get in the near future. The very first listing here is a Transgen War for Cybertron Battlefield Voyager Optimus Primal. Now, one side of the coin we could say, well, is this going to be a spark burning convoy kind of thing, like, a clear red repaint? We're thinking of all the Optimus Primal repaints, traditional Optimus Primal repaints throughout the years. So is it going to be that? Is it going to be a more toy accurate repaint? Is it going to be a gold repaint or some kind of crazy color scheme? Is it going to be something similar to, like we talked about a few days ago in the Transformer Finance video, the Universe 1.0 brown Optimus Primal, the Rasta Convoy, Rasta Primal colors? We don't know. Chances are, considering how the Netflix series has been, where it really is kind of the same toy but with some battle damage on it, maybe, again, this isn't any kind of written in stone here, but maybe it's just the Optimus Primal toy with some little minor paint tweaks here and there, and gives it maybe a more toy accurate kind of color scheme instead of the more show accurate one shown with the original Kingdom Voyager release. Again, complete speculation. No idea. Battlefield Voyager Optimus Primal, that's all we know, and it's a Netflix exclusive. Chances are a Walmart exclusive as a result. Let me know what you think about that one. What about the second one here? This is the one that's more open-ended. Generations War for Cybertron Netflix exclusive, Battlefield Voyager Seeker. Well then, let's jump into what we got. So we know that we're going to be getting Starscream as a Voyager scale at some point in the Kingdom line, possibly a repackage of the original Earthrise figure. Chances are this Seeker one is going to be a new character for the Netflix thing, much like how when we had the War for Cybertron Siege trilogy kind of thing going on, and we had the Netflix line, we got an exclusive character from the Siege mold of Starscream, because when we get to the Siege mold of Starscream, we had, of course, Thundercracker and of course Skywarp. Then we got the I guess we'll call them the Rainmaker trio of Acid Storm, Ion Storm, and Nova Storm. Then we got the Generation Selects exclusive in Red Wing, which was the red one. And then we got the Netflix exclusive character of Hot Links, which was like another purple version, if you will. So now the question is, what are they going to do with the Earthrise mold for this Seeker? Well, what has been done with that Earthrise Seeker mold of Starscream? So we have Starscream, we have Thundercracker, we have Skywarp that was done. We have Thrust that's going to be showing up at some point. We have Dirge. We have the Earthrise Ramjet. And we recently got through the Generation Selects line, again, doing those cone heads with that mold, we got the G2 unreleased Sandstorm. So right away it opens it up that it could be any one of those Rainmakers that we got in the Siege line, just now done with that more modern mold. I really doubt it, because those Rainmakers outside of, let's say, Sunstorm, who wasn't even part of this essentially, but a yellow one like a Nova Storm could potentially be something. maybe we'll get an actual Sunstorm. Maybe we'll get Sunstorm. That's a trademark that they have and they like to use once in a while. So it's the more orangey kind of yellow on that Seeker mold. Maybe we'll get a new Red Wing, possibly. It's one of many possible things that it could be. Or alternatively, maybe it's just a really beat up, battle damaged Starscream. Which I really hope it's not, because it wouldn't be very popular. I think a new character always has a better chance when it comes to Seekers. People like to catch them all, collect them all. But at the same time, I think that a Netflix Walmart exclusive line, Walmart's going to want to get those top tier characters and be able to do something with that. And be able to say, hey, we got the top tier characters, we got the Starscreams, we got this, we got that. So that's one way. Again, I look at how Siege handled their Netflix exclusive line and how it was a lot of either some brand new molds, which was great, like the Alita, with the new head sculpt or the Bumblebee, but then a lot of like, hey, here's this character with a dirty color scheme. Here's that character with a dirty color scheme. And granted, yeah, they needed to have a dirty Optimus so they could have an Optimus in there, or a Megatron, or a Mirage, or a Red Alert, or a Chromia. And they gave us some new characters too, like the Scrape Face and some of the Scrap Face and some of the others. But at the end of the day, I think that these two are going to be something not too spectacular, but it is interesting. What this tells me more than anything else is there's a strong potential that Earthrise might not have a Netflix exclusive toy line, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That they're just kind of skipping over and going into Kingdom, but we would have saw at least some kind of indicator of Earthrise Netflix exclusive stuff at some point if this stuff is falling in our lap now. So I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of what is presented in front of us. So let me know what you think about this. It's kind of cool that we're kind of already getting to that Kingdom is coming so fast that now we even have the Netflix stuff falling into our lap. But there's still much more to understand and definitely much more to take apart, because the original Netflix line was 8 figures minimum and kind of grew into Wave 2 with even more. So I wonder how many, different variations we could get even with those Kingdom molds, because we kind of looked at them and went, okay, some of these are going to be Generation Selects with Shadow Panther and stuff like that. But now that could open up to even more, Halloween Horicon Cheetor. Or a RC-colored Black Arachnia. Could get pretty crazy when you think about it. Let me know what you think. It's very interesting. Maybe we'll get that Ant RC Rat Trap repaint we've been waiting for.